very clear what we needed to do. We needed to find a head coach with the skills, with the relationships, with the passion, with the excitement about what we have here at Rutgers, and quite frankly with energy that didn't have a gauge that read empty. I'm really pleased that I can introduce a guy that, quite frankly, wasn't looking for a job, he was looking for this job. I couldn't be happier to introduce Mike Rice as our head men's basketball coach.
I'm very excited, like I said, to be here and to start this amazing journey as a head men's basketball coach at Rutgers University. There's an incredible passion for basketball in this state and in the metropolitan area. I know we can build a successful program and create a winning culture, one that will make the Rutgers community proud. Like Tim said, every single day it will be 100%, and I will never stop.
Sophomore out of Rochester, New York. Now Baruta kicks it out. Beatty down to Mitchell from the baseline. He hits.
Good movement against the zone defense.
Yeah, but he also leads the Scarlet Knights in assists and steals. He's the toughest kid that Mike Rice puts on the floor. He battles you, and he's
produced a lot of terrific players. Ben Gordon, Rodney and Scooter McCrae, Gus and Ray Williams, Earl Tatum, all hail from Mount Vernon. And finally a field goal for Rutgers. 7 minutes into the game. It's a 3.
When you see the big R at midcourt, it means one thing: Rutgers basketball. But this is definitely not the rack. This is Madison Square Garden, where Rutgers
stepping and taking that extra step to the basket. It's not getting called.
Strickland actually never made it back. And a nice shot by Dane Miller off the glass. He's from New Jersey, never made it back to...
He's also at the top of their full court press. Drive baseline for the land. Dane Miller, there's the sixth star.
Stepping out defensively. And Baruta had an easy route to the hoop. He's a good player, surprisingly.
And some trip. One of the things Mike mentioned earlier, nice feed inside. Big Gill, bang, was that he wanted to make sure that they were able to handle the multiple defenses that prop.
This is Coburn. Finds Baruta inside, and Baruta off the glass and in for the freshman from Lithuania.
Now he's big, and
you notice, I mean, they lost to West Virginia. West Virginia played a very good game. Jonathan Mitchell with the 3 here. Good to get Rutgers going, but you know, not all losses are equal. And that West Virginia team played a great game against Georgia.
His attention, and then had a pretty decent game against Georgetown their last time out.
got his first double-double in that game against UConn. He's got the body, good size.
Category. Big freshman rips down. Almost took a head with him. Boy, he plays hard, doesn't he? Mitchell scores, but give the credit to 55 Baruta.
Dane Miller in the paint looking for Baruta. Good pass. Baruta can't finish. Gets his own rebound and putback.
Typical Baruta basket. Stay.
Rutgers, who are looking for a signature win for their new head coach, Mike Rice. The top dogs have all struggled, including a Pittsburgh team coming off a home loss to Notre Dame. And Dane Miller gets the block. Baruta in transition, Jonathan Mitchell, and the tip is up and in for Miller.
Dane Miller's really coming on for this team. He starts off their defensive possession with a block.
15 to shoot. Beatty open from the corner, takes it, and it rattles in.
Two good solid offensive possessions against the zone. You got to get ball movement as well as player movement at all.
NGIT and Marist, he had scored only 1 point combined. Good defense. Takeaway by Robert Lumpkins.
That was Beatty's first field goal in 100 minutes, and Rutgers getting the ball out in transition after the takeaway on the other end.
Dane.
Everybody's saying, well, geez, Barnes isn't leading up to those other 3 guys.
Everybody develops along a different line, and you talk about Jared Sullinger.
Rutgers have shown a lot of patience on offense, and Gilvitas Barutas, the 6'8" true freshman from Lithuania, with the finish.
Now, as he hold the trouble in there, somebody's got to be open. And it was pulled just inside the 3-point arc.
James, you need to shoot that one, partner.
Miller, big jump step of the lane and a score. Dane Miller.
Dane Miller is one of these players, especially for the
live, and now UConn's got numbers. Oh! Walker rejected out of bounds by Miller.
Wow, some contact on that.
You test it out if you're a shooter. Got to get that first shot up.
Mitchell has both of the Rutgers buckets and 5 points. And now trying to work down on the block. The nice effort from the freshman and the putback.
Outstanding job by Brewer. That's a tough spot for him, though. He's given up some.
And right now they're both seem to be playing hard, but nobody's lighting it up until Mitchell drops in a 3-ball.
Here comes the trap. Good awareness down low. Put in by Mike Colburn.
In 8 Big East games, they've only been behind now for a total of 19 minutes, including the first one tonight.
They're a plus 15 in rebounding margin coming in. Rutgers a minus 5. That's the key stat.
Colburn again for 3.
Mike inside, and that time an outstanding job of ball movement.
Oh, and then the shot from Mitchell on the outside to answer back.
The most recent NCAA for Rutgers, correct?
Indeed.
And finally, from the outside, they get an opportunity for a look for Beatty.
Offensive rebound, Miller to Baruta. Back to Mitchell. Hit the offensive glass.
Turnovers. Of course, the offense is running through them more this year as opposed to Dominique Jones. They have the ball down low.
Straight in the Big East against Seton Hall on Saturday. And against USF last Thursday, now 9-6.
In 07, then got the head coaching job at Robert Morris here in Pittsburgh, where he had 3 terrific years. 3-point
shot. Looked like Wanamaker had an open look for 3 and then take a long 2.
Coburn on the drive for 2 more. Timeout Pittsburgh, down 7-1.
Couldn't have been a better start.
Seton Hall pushed it quick after the make.
Well, the Rutgers defense is very intense. They follow the personality of that guy right there. One of the more intense guys on the sideline you will see.
Johnson with 3 on the shot clock. Long range, and ring it up. That's a big 3. His 42nd for Beatty.
Well, that's his thing, the 3-point shot.
Averaging 22 minutes a game his last 3 outings. The drop off to Baruta and the wraparound underneath.
How about it, the dipsy-do? Dickie V would be proud of Baruta. The
Friars right here are one of the better teams I've seen at running out-of-bounds unders and getting Brooks the ball.
That time on the inbounds, they got the shot blocked. Good feed inside, and the deuce from Austin Johnson.
And that's what Miller can do. Great pass to season.
Something's happening behind the scenes here. I don't know. It may come out eventually, but that's something's happening. Disrupted the chemistry of that team. Right now, though, Rutgers got it rolling.
The lefty Jonathan Mitchell from deep.
Now Rutgers running. Mitchell couldn't finish, but good work on the offensive glass by Robert Lumpkins. Lumpkins.
Nice dump down to Johnson, and he hits it off the window.
They've had some real good offensive possessions attacking the zone when the ball moves. That time getting it into the soft.
3-5 start. An improvement for them. Coburn. Pull-up is good.
Now this Rutgers team at time.
Lumpkins, the up and under. Robert Lumpkins, a senior from D.C., a transfer from New Mexico State. His first 2 points.
Likes a lot of guys to handle the ball. Beatty now on the bench is the best guy with the shot clock running down. But Johnson makes that one. How about that? The backup big man.
Nice touch.
And we talked about how on paper the Bulls front line should have the advantage, but you can't go to sleep on Gilvitas Baruta. The freshman has taken over down low.
Well, if there's anything we've learned this young season, he's one of the promising freshmen in the league. He really is.
Season in the league.
Another turnover here, too, for Will Sheff.
That's 5 in a row, Mike Kelly. And at the other end, it's Mike Coburn. Timeout Bulls. 8-zip Rutgers with the hot start, 6 minutes in. Mike, is just how much of an impact his loss has been on this year's team as the lane is good from Lumpkins.
You got to remember last year's Georgetown team kind of had a similar story where they
had a big game off the bench in their win over Providence on Saturday.
They did with 16 points, shot it real well.
Mitchell, a pull-up for 2. He's got 4.
Scarlet fast into points, and that's hurt Rutgers up until this point.
Good penetration that time Feed from Beatty and the deuce again to Johnson under the basket. 3.
There's the rebound, put back, won't go. And another offensive rebound. Lumpkins got it to fall.
Nice stick-to-itiveness by the Scarlet Knights. And Fisher, as Villanova has a tough time matching up either a switch or just out of that pressure. Fisher tries to get around, can't do it. Nice.
Been able to convert points off those turnovers. 7, and Rutgers at 0.
Great floater by Mike Coburn.
Beatty for 3. James Beatty, the senior from Wilmington, North Carolina, gives Rutgers a 6-point lead, and Tony Barbie calls a timeout. With 9
really extending out of the zone now. It's basically man-to-man. You got to drive the basketball.
Poole with the long 2 foot on the line. So that has to make the coach happy to answer.
Well, Beatty had the open 3, couldn't hang on. He was ready to pull the trigger, which has been an issue with him. And there he goes, launching another one.
Well, you saw the mismatch there. Zana trying to defend Beatty.
All the intensity. Don't bring Lane here. It's as simple of a foundation as you could possibly get. How can I make my teammates successful? Is it by screening? Is it by playing low? Is it by getting open? Think about all the things that we've done to prepare. All right, let's go.
You gotta look for a shot all that much. When point guard can start knocking him down, becomes even a bigger threat.
Mitchell on the switch had the smaller defender on him. And a 4-point lead for Rutgers. This is
Poole, the pull-up jumper, got it. Mike Poole, a freshman from Rosedale, New York, his first 2.
They come up with the ball, and they lost it. Coburn in transition and 1. So good hustle. Mike Coburn gets his first bucket.
Yeah, Kocher told Mike Rice all about the zone defenses. Mike Rice saying, I want to be good at man-to-man. I just want to lock down that, but I recognize that at times we'll have to do some zone. They did it against UConn. Probably we'll see some today against Georgetown also.
Baruta strong on the offensive boards. Eight to nothing. Rutgers over South Florida. Let's go inside the play with Mike Kelly.
Well, somebody get a high percentage chance here.
Mitchell coming off the Miller screen and gets the bounce.
Well, Mitchell's the most talented player.
Johnson hands back off to Mike Coburn, who's checked back in. Nice quick pass to Johnson with a little up and under and a little jump hook to finish 2 for Austin Johnson.
Well, he's coming off that great game against.
Hands by Council right there. You got to be very aware of telegraphing passes against the Friars.
Lumpkins pulls up with a jumper and hits it. Robert Lumpkins. Grad student.
Johnsons or Routens, but still very, very good.
Count it.
That one counts for Beatty from way downtown. And he's got a chance for a 4-point play.
Traps, especially on the sideline here. Whenever the ball gets not into a corner, right there, they bring the trap. Nice job breaking it by Rutgers.
That leaves Dane Miller open, and he hits the 2.
See Zeller and Henson kind of established themselves low.
Beatty answers back with a 3. North Carolina is...
As Auburn has missed 9 straight shots from the floor. Free throw attempt of his career. Freshman from Bedford, Massachusetts. Another son of a coach. His dad, John Carroll, was the coach right across the street here at Duquesne University.
Poole looking for Beatty, finds Johnson instead with the bounce pass. Nice 2-man game there.
Now Poole off to a terrific start. Coming up with the rebound. Smart decision not to force it in transition. Better decision on the nice bounce pass into the post.
Step out big man in the conference right here with his back to the basket, though. The lefty turns back. Nice little fade away, and Rutgers is rolling.
Basket. That is a very experienced play by Mr. Coburn.
One of the tri-captains. Caps.
Swing it around to right. He'll go off the bounce.
Great help inside. Excellent help by Dane Miller.
That is the second foul on Wright.
Who goes up, did not get a foul call.
Nice pass ahead.
Johnson will finish.
And this is one of these things. We got the pace going up and down. Mike is fired up for his team right.
Points in the paint and driving in the lane.
Off the ball fake. Baruta with his second bucket. He's been in double digits in 7.
You start thinking too much. You know, you're thinking about where am I supposed to be? I've got to set a screen here. I've got to go here. And then what your assignment defender dropping back into the zone. And even though Rutgers has hit a couple shots over the top, they want to make them shoot jump shots.
Austin Carroll buries a 3. They've been off to a struggling start as a shooter through their first 7 games.
They're trying to get the ball down low for Johnson. Skip pass. Mitchell in the corner for 3. Got it. The lefty, a transfer from Florida, actually won a national championship with the Gators back in 06-07.
Tough shot.
Mitchell step away with the defender in his face.
Rutgers really trying to pound it inside. They're going to have to make some jumpers, though, as well. There's one. Downtown for Lumpkins.
Look at this double team. That's a tough trap. Found his way through it. And Johnson with the lay-in. Keep that.
Was really impressed with the energy level that he brought with his team and the teaching. He does a really good job.
Beatty.
Some people really believed in his skills enough to make him a first-team preseason All-American, but he's not there yet.
His teammates are doing a great job of finding him. We talk about using the bounce pass to find guys inside, putting it to the floor. Not only that, but look at how he goes and challenges Reggie Johnson. You want to negate a shot blocker? Go right at him. Terrific job coming off the bench.
The old WHA.
Dane Miller posting up. Little turnaround jumper's good. Dane Miller last year unanimous all rookie team select.
Rutgers leading Pittsburgh 15-11. 11-11 to go here in the first half, and for new Rutgers head coach Mike Rice and former Pittsburgh assistant, he didn't have to look very far to find the blueprint for what he's trying to build here at the RAC. Second.
That's going to be the 4th. So Kevin Willard, he's had his more than enough excitement since taking over the head coach as Brutus gets in the scoring column. You talked about Pope, and you have Hazel.
Both teams really struggling to shoot the ball. USF shooting 26%. Rutgers shooting 21% from the field. I like the idea there, though. Go inside. They get a high percentage shot.
Pulls it out. This is Poole on the drive. Nice move on the baseline.
Great move by Poole. He's one of these young freshmen that Mike has. He might make mistakes, but he can get to the basket. That's what...
Our Big East news and notes. You got 4 teams in the top 10, and including that big... They lost Baruta inside for the lay-in. Good feed from Mike Coburn, the senior out of Mount Vernon.
So they can get good looks and not go through droughts in this ballgame.
Beatty buries the 3 from just in front of the UConn bench. That's what he brought with 2 huge threes in the second half.
Now 10. Mitchell squares up. Johnson wants it. Mitchell takes it and makes it.
A little step back, foot on the line, tough deep.
In New York is New York, and you know, not only inside this venerable arena, but also outside when you get the energy and everything. You know you're in New York, and you know you got the songs, whether it's Jay-Z, whether it's whomever.
Miller called for the ball back, then passed up an open jump shot for a better shot from Austin Johnson.
What a pretty pass by Dane Miller. Miller went after that ball, was able to knock it out.
The great players that have come through, they don't have that this year. It's been a team effort, and they've been incredible.
Yeah, Rutgers win tonight gets them a share of the lead as Robert Lumpkins rattles it in.
Here we go, fellas. Ready?
That was kind of a dream.
Mitchell, good spin move, has it poked away, gets it back, puts it up, counted, and the foul. First lead of the ball game for Rutgers.
36 games, Bob. Brutus. Good position. That time by number 11, Dane Miller.
To for the Rutgers community.
Well, I think whenever you're rebuilding a program, and this goes for DePaul as well. We just saw Oliver Purnell. You've got to be known for something. I think you've got to pick what you're going to be good at, what you're going to be better than the opponent, and you got to stick with it. You try to build your identity. Rutgers is doing.
First of 5 games coming your way on ESPNU today, including a nightcap of a high school showdown. And Baruta this time with the assist to Dane Miller.
Now Baruta, and again, off the bench. He didn't stop.
Freshman from Rosedale, New York, 79% free throw shooter on the season as he connects.
Lane, Poole on the wing, jumper no. Offensive glass work by Rutgers is solid and one. Mitchell with the putback. And he'll be going to the line after the timeout. And superior shots.
80 feet inside. Wow. Baruta didn't realize how open he was. He's got 4.
True freshman Mike Poole has come into the game, so they get much smaller.
Nice block.
Good feed inside to Jonathan Mitchell for the lay-in.
But again, 20, 25, 30 seconds coming off the shot clock, making Villanova defend and event.
Under a new coach since 1945-46, but they've also shown great fight, the family, off the floor. Good block from behind. The putback is good for Mike Poole. What is it like? You've been in that coach.
They've been holding their own so far. +1 for Pittsburgh on the glass. Poole steps around Brown to score.
It's a good ball fake right there. The young freshman.
On the line, Bob, 52%, but they say he's been working extremely hard on improving that. As Coburn working hard to get the bucket.
Too easy there. Lawrence got beat. Wasn't paying much attention defensively right there at all.
From the floor here in the first half. Mitchell open for 3.
He's tough, isn't he? We got a big guy like Jonathan Mitchell. That's why I say, okay, South Florida's got the size advantage. Yes. So now the other thing that you have against Georgetown is a great three-point shooting team. So you're trying to stay low and defend against the dribble past you, while also.
Here he comes, flashing high. Able to use the screen by Lumpkins as Vaughn got caught underneath.
He's a difference maker.
Pulling it out on Napier, off the wing from Lumpkins. Step back over Olander. Nice shot for Robert Lumpkins, his second basket. Transfer from New Mexico State.
Play hard and you shift defenses. It's happened every time thus far. Rutgers has turned it over.
Miller in the post. Nice turnaround. Dane Miller's second basket.
Their end. A screen across the lane. Effective. Nobody fights through it.
Butler pass off the backboard intended for Pena. The spin move and the nice lay-in from Miller. Rutgers at will now, getting to the rim.
And look how it slowed down, Villanova. You see Corey Fish
And the points.
Everybody found a way to pad.
Mitchell from the outside buries a 3, and that's Rutgers' first field goal.
As Auburn back within 5, as we tick down to 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Nice.
Great work by Rutgers. Handled the pressure, and it resulted in an easy bucket for Austin Johnson, who has.
Not happy with the call. Austin Johnson with a productive first half. We're all even at 19.
Little double screen here. Lumpkins came off the first one. Poole comes off the second screen. Nice job with the tight curl in the lane. Jump fake, pump fake, I should say. Poole's a guy.
Robinson rejected.
Miller's 36th on the year.
Coast to coast. They get the stick back. It's going to go to Mitchell.
Right now, Rutgers is out-hustling Seton Hall, both ends of the floor. Clearly, they are demonstrating they want it more so far in this game.
I think he baffled himself on that one, Mike, because even after he made the layup, he was still shaking his head at the other end defensively as Poole elevates and hits.
And I have to have some empathy.
Lowell, Massachusetts had just checked into the game. Mitchell.
This is what Rutgers does, especially, and Miller's giving him a heck of a lift.
His eyes kind of lit up talking about Baruta and Poole. Said he was trying to teach those freshmen next play. That's been the motto for them. Doesn't matter, good or bad, what previous. Good job by Sutton, not getting too extended there.
That ends the drought for Rutgers as Coburn scores after they had missed 7 in a row.
Look here, keeps that ball alive. One of the 11 offensive rebounds that led to 11 points. And this is the kind of controlled play that Mike Rice wants to see out of Dane Miller.
Austin Johnson spins baseline. Nice move by Austin Johnson. First 2 points of the ball game.
Thank you, Ryan. And here at the rack, a 20-16 lead for Rutgers and their new coach, Mike Rice.
This is what you get just about every game, isn't it? Mike Rice fired up. You get this in shoot around. You get this in walk through. It's that look, hands in the pocket. I don't think that's any less intimidating when he goes hands in the pocket, though.
So now 7 to shoot for Coburn. He dumps it down to Baruta, and he gets it to go.
Again, interior passing because of the bounce pass.
Rookie showing some strength there.
Right, Ryan, we'll look forward to seeing that in just a few minutes' time. In addition to the graduates and the transfers and stuff, you can see, I mean, you just can't have any consistency.
Well, sometimes you're
off the miss. Offensive rebound for Miller. And along the inside, it finally falls for Robert Lumpkins.
They should score here. Why don't they? Because Dane Miller makes the block. And then the push, the aggression. 2 guys tip the ball in. Let's give it to Mitchell. Nice hustle by Rutgers.
Earlier, Bob, you used the word intense, talking about Mike Rice. Reading the notes and getting ready for this game, I think every one of the players, that's exactly how they describe their...
All losing at home. That's how crazy the conference has been. And we're not done yet with the night.
On the block. It's a real advantage when you don't have to bring that help.
Poole with the pull-up.
Now Poole with 3. Lumpkins beats the clock from the corner, just like the coach drew it up.
Well, that kills you defensively. You have a good defensive possession, and then you break down late. Lumpkins, a guy that can shoot it from deep. Just his second 3 on the season, but he's one of those.
He made that defensive mistake. He was gone, didn't come back.
Nice move to the bucket by Dane Miller, who was on the Big East All-Rookie team last season. But he averaged not
basket and not settle for jumpers. Good job right there.
And Beatty with the steal. And that's the way sometimes Jonathan Mitchell gets a layup. Sometimes that
Has been a different player. Big East freshman player of the week every week so far.
Jonathan.
Good job of making space for the shot by Austin Johnson.
Well said. When you're a physical, all of a sudden they start taking the ball to the basket. They're going to be really tough. They're a great pass in transition.
Council that time got too far under the basket, and Miller makes him pay on the other end, and Rutgers retakes the lead.
Very patient by Rutgers. Good defensive set so far by Connecticut. Good drive, though.
Nice sweeping drive right across the lane from right to left for Dane Miller. His first field goal.
Chris Wright with 2 big buckets draws the charge.
Around and out from Beatty. Baruta back on the O boards. He's got 8 now off the bench. Lithuanian Thunder. Dane Miller, the kick out. Coburn got it.
Wow, that's a big 3. Not just because before the half and it's a 3-point play. And Mike Coburn has struggled. We talked.
Another steal by Rutgers. Coburn. Ring it up. That's a 2 for Coburn. Doing a great job defensively on Hazel.
Well, we got some happiness with the guys in the red jerseys. There's no doubt about that. Coburn, the senior, doing a real nice job.
Miller, the fadeaway. Gets the shooter's roll. 4 points now for Dane Miller in the ball game.
7:14 to go in the first half, and Rutgers has led from the opening tip. Coburn able to get into the paint and gets the bounce.
Coburn's the key for this team. When they were playing their best basketball,
people being right on top of the court and Certainly our home crowd spurs us on. We want to get off to a...
Johnson do that, and here's this backbreaker. Deep in his shot clock, you saw a shot clock down to 0 instead of a...
Back here at the rack, 30-25, USF with the lead over Rutgers, and it's time for our problems coming out of the locker room in the second half, getting off to slow starts. Trying to turn that around, and James Beatty pulls the trigger.
Well, Beatty was the key in their game against Jordan.
Them off so far.
Well, if Rutgers wins the board battle so far this year, they've been winning games when they do that.
Nice jump hook by Austin Johnson. That's what he did so effectively against Providence on...
Up against Larry Davis, spins baseline. Yancey Gates with a help defense. And it's put back in by Dane Miller. And now a timeout taken by Mick Cronin, not happy with the defense.
If you're shooting in the 30s, it's usually a result of taking bad shots, but that was really well done there, coming off that little screen on the baseline and using his body, staying and playing lower.
Another impressive win today. And Wisconsin losing on the road at
Under 10 to shoot. Nice running move from the baseline for Mike Poole.
Boy, I'm a big fan of Mike Poole. He's one of these guys, young freshmen, that's come in and can have an impact on games. A lot of confidence on his ability right there along the baseline.
And that's an 8-0 run for the Scarlet Knights to take their largest lead of the game thus far at 4.
Third, let's work. Come on, Austin, you should be down and ready to go.
It's high intensity at all times. No messing around. You got to focus in and just focus on your reps and your sets and what you and your partners are doing at your individual stations.
I mean, he's been around.
And I like the patience right now. You can't get it all back at once. As I said, make it manageable.
Beatty's shot is a 3.
Coburn with 10. Looking to create. Crossover. Dumps down to Baruta for the slam dunk.
Dribble penetration will kill you. You get into the lane, you force the backside defense to step up. And again, we've seen it.
Or you take a look again. It all begins on the defensive end for Rutgers. There they knock the ball loose from Carolina, and then
play. Miller has his own rebound. And more second chance points for Rutgers. And a timeout call by Auburn. This is the largest lead of the game for either team.
Coburn, the kick to Beatty, got it.
Outstanding. Bottle that up, put that on the highlight reel for Rutgers. You can't run a half-court offense much better, using almost the entire shot clock. Offense worked a little bit, but not enough guys actually trying to make a shot.
Beatty heating up, 2 in a row.
And how they respond out of halftime. That was the big story. Villanova, they had a lead, lost it. Nice job here.
Baruta gets the lay-in with a second to go in the half. And it's James Beatty.
And now the question is for Rutgers, Mike Rice at halftime. How do we keep that energy?
Just put Poole in a tough position defensively along the baseline.
Julian Gamble onto the floor, the out-of-bounds play, and Mitchell converts.
I think those will be important all season.
Beatty ahead to Coburn. Coburn takes it off the glass with the left hand.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm not really sure how we follow your pit stinks, but they haven't been shooting it real well so far. The first half, just 27%. And it's been all Rutgers right from the start.
Ashton Gibbs has been fine. He's got the last 7 points for...
Mitchell.
Well, Robinson just fell asleep. Nice job by Jonathan Mitchell spacing as that ball was driven inside.
The offense, the pull-up, nothing but bottom. Thank you very much, Mr. Coburn.
Now check this out. This is something that goes along the lines of trying to inspire the troops.
No doubt about that. Quotes in the preseason on how bad Rutgers would be from various pundits around the nation put on a punching bag.
Think Mike each game and finish plays. Awesome job.
Fans approving as well. Poole has 4 off the bench. Sophomore Austin Johnson has 6 off the bench.
It's one of these things as you look at Poole right now, they're kind of shut.
Beatty, the baseline jumper. Quiets the crowd down. James Beatty, the senior.
Didn't get the ball and keep it up high enough. Mitchell again. Good, plus the foul.
9 shooting outside the arc here in the half thus far.
That's exactly where they want to have those shots taken. Mike Rice, so animated. He's got his team playing hard, tough, and always emphasizes it right now.
The guy in short time, done again here. Great response.
Close to 50% shooting at the arc now in the Big East.
And he's playing with purpose on the offensive end. Nice handoff there by Baruta. Getting ready to shoot. Get your feet set. You see him coming to the ball there, receiving it, ready to shoot. And as we said, James Bake not shooting.
Early in the season, they've got that much better.
Baruta backdoor on the nice look from Mike Poole. That's a couple of freshmen hooking up.
A good sign for Rutgers.
Johnson, he sends it over to Carroll instead. Under 10 to shoot for the Scarlet Knights. A long one for Coburn. Nothing but net.
Well, nothing was happening offensively. Shot clock down to 5. That's a good bailout option.
They won the Maui, and I don't know anybody that thought they were going to win the Maui tournament going into it.
I did. Mitchell made the bucket.
So he's 1 of 8 now. Got off to 1 of 7 start.
Gibbs to Woodall, not in time. Pittsburgh trailed for 18 minutes in their first 8 Big East games. They trailed for 18 minutes tonight in the first half, and they're down 1 at the break. Let's get you back to the studio now, Deuces Rogers.
And those guys, they work pretty hard, I'll tell you that. 2 national championships in a row. There's Mitchell going. He's got game. He's the most consistent scorer, not the most explosive, but the most. That's the problem. You know, Georgetown hasn't played all that bad, but they've lost 4 of their last 5. Rutgers here, not playing that bad the last 3.5 minutes of this second half. But they've got nothing to show for.
Looking at a man that's won, just about everywhere that he's ever coached. And you see how black his hair was?
Yeah. And Coburn. Shot clock at 12. Mitchell goes baseline. Tough shot by Jonathan Mitchell. Mitchell now with 8 points.
4 shots of the second half, and now Beatty continues to smoke here early in the second. Coach Rice has to love the response to the timeout, Mike. Anytime you get those points out of
good look.
Robertson with the feed, and it's stripped from Famous on the way up. Beatty again.
All of a sudden, the crowd in it.
Austin Johnson knocks it away. Another turnover up ahead to Dane Miller. This is his game.
Well, defense transitioning into offense, and Miller will have an opportunity to add to it because he got fouled on the drive and transition.
Mitchell finds Johnson. There's that jump hook. Nice, and a foul. That's almost an unstoppable move. He's got a very quick release.
He's been very effective.
Families are very close. Now Jimmy Martelli on Mike Rice's staff, and Jimmy told us yesterday, Tigers, Rutgers lead back up to 10. Nearly midway through the first half. Nice move down the lane by Dane Miller out of Rochester, New York.
3 minutes to play. Now, the Scarlet Knight team was picked for next to last preseason by the coaches in the league. And maybe some.
Coburn back to Beatty.
There it is.
In the middle. And Mitchell makes him pay with a jumper from the middle. He's got just in front of the UConn bench. Johnson, there's that jump hook. Nice, and a foul.
Good ball movement. Baruta with the flush.
Seton Hall is extending the zone defense.
Good ball movement. Baruta with the flush. Good ball movement. Baruta with the flush.
Rebound, he's doing it all right now. The senior captain.
Lost it. Poole again in the paint out to Mitchell. Mitchell's three is good. Carolina.
Johnson doing the job defensively, and that allows Rutgers to get out and run, even though at that time Dane Miller put the basketball down with the inside.
Lumpkins kind of a wild shot inside, and it drops on the follow-up action. Count the bucket from Mike Poole, the freshman from St. Benedict's Prep in New Jersey.
Hands in the lane from Johnson. Beatty, the pull-up three. Not from the Georgetown staff or players, at least. Some folks in the paper saying this was a must-win down in the D.C. area, but one game at a time. Tough 4 minutes of the second. Pull up from Poole.
Sound in your execution.
Mitchell outside, starting to find his stroke. Three-pointer is good.
Against a very quick, long, and athletic front line for the Memphis Tigers.
Johnson using the rim and goes off the glass.
Yeah, real effective job by Austin.
Looks like they got 6 guys out there. They're so quick.
Lumpkins breaks it with a long-range shot for the right.
Mitchell feeds to Baruta. Jump hook, lays it in. Second basket for Gilvita.
Can't hit. Poole hustles for the offensive rebound, goes right back up with it and hits.
Now Poole again being very
great teams in the Big East that are going to have sub 500 records.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Some people are going to be heartbroken, not expecting to be there, but because of competitiveness and
thought this might have even been passing up a good shot and forcing it into trouble until Dane Miller just went up. No one able to get up with a quick jump here. Excellent finish by Dane Miller. We're going to go back to last year. Remember what?
That's Mitchell. Beatty, second shot, got one. James Beatty was 6 of 10 from three-point range in the loss to Marquette.
Wasn't expecting the pass.
Oh, nice save.
Good hustle by Beatty. Here comes Coburn on the run. The no-look and the flush and the foul. Dane Miller over the 6'10 defender.
Dane Miller trying to hide a smile right there. Basketball, leading it out on the break with Coburn. And that is a facial.
Here comes Coburn on the run. The no-look and the flush and the foul. Coburn on the run. The no-look and the flush and the foul. Comes Coburn on the run. The no-look and the flush and the foul. Dane Miller over the 6'10 defender.
It's a screen.
Rutgers looking a little tired and winded on this possession until then.
A couple of guys who've been playing together since the third.
Mitchell from outside really has a stroke in the second half.
Here's a nice dribble penetration. Again, you've got to keep Coburn out of the lane.
Here's to be able to win games in the SEC. Nice play by Austin Carroll. That was a great catch and nice pass.
Yeah, Carroll's had a nice game today. Early.
They would like that to change in the second half. Miller gets the bounce.
Soft.
That time he had Miller up on the left wing.
Beatty again.
Why not? There you go, James.
James Beatty. 2 in a row. That's 8 unanswered points scored by Rutgers to start the second half.
Really difficult pass on the skip pass to handle for Austin Carroll, but caught it and was able to get it right to Mitchell. That was a nice job of Mitchell catching that ball and squaring himself to the basket.
Makes the pull-up jumper short. Johnson can't handle the rebound, gives it right to Dane Miller.
That's a Easy opportunity right there for Dane Miller when you're struggling offensively. Sometimes you need one of those chippies.
Frank Haith unhappy with his Hurricanes.
Austin Carroll short-armed this one. That's where the confidence comes in. The big fella didn't rebound it with two hands instead. One hand, it gets away. See right there, and right into the hands of Dane Miller. Running things through Mike Rosario. This year with their motion offense, you've got more options. There's one of them.
Rosario, of course, transferring to Florida.
You know, Miller's got a lot of ability. He's going to be a good player. He's got to get more discipline.
Coburn lays it in as Rutgers handled the pressure with ease.
And then the quick hands. Chance at a break. And the finish from Baruta.
Darius Johnson-Odom is hurt.
And the finish from Baruta. And the finish from Baruta.
1-3-1. If they can get the ball into the inside, the two guys on right there on the block are going to be wide open.
And Dixon commits the foul, his third of the game. Baruta will have a chance at a three-point play.
Quick shot from Rutgers. They're confident right now. Beatty puts it up and in.
Yeah, quick shot to keep.
Well, you go to Jonathan Mitchell.
Georgetown is in an interesting
He hit a similar shot that we saw against USF, and he went on to score 18 second-half points. Mitchell in the lane.
That's the second time now. Mitchell defended by Wanamaker.
It's off the bench, none bigger than Austin Johnson. He came up with the offensive rebound to keep this possession alive. So, you know what?
Tony Barton uses timeout.
Well, this was a good day for Dane Miller. The young man has got an awful lot of talent, and he's shown it in this ballgame. His ability to get to the rim, to knock down an open shot, to put the ball on the deck in transition. His offensive rebounding has been solid. For the most part, made very good decisions. He's taken a couple of shots.
Baruta. Boy, has he looked impressive when he's had opportunities inside.
That's a nice job. You know, he hasn't been great on the glass this game. Didn't have
things like that, and you can get an overinflated sense of worth when that happens.
Auburn surrounding the ball. That left Miller alone underneath.
Hand on that ball, deflection. Mitchell. Good little jump hook.
They've seen an offensive improvement over the last couple of weeks. So Stan Heath has been impressed to see his guys get better and better. Coming off that win against Providence, their last time out is Baruta. Another little baby hook again over the 6'11".
Backcourt, Mitchell in trouble, but he finds Miller. 2-on-1. Miller keeps it himself.
Yeah, nice job. Attacking and going right at the shot blocker. You go away from him, it allows Johnson time enough to
taking away your best thing. Miller.
Yeah, he's been very much more aggressive offensively, hasn't he?
He got to the basket. That's heads up by counsel.
No foul called, and Mitchell drives and scores the other way. 8-point lead, now the largest of the game for Rutgers.
He's a very good analyst. Mike Rice getting some congratulations from his old Pittsburgh buddies there, the Pittsburgh radio announcers on the far side of the court. Nice homecoming for the Pittsburgh native, Mike Rice. Rutgers now to 6-2, while Auburn drops to 3-5.
Here he is with the ball. He pulls up a little soft touch for two. He's got a dozen.
He does have a soft touch, doesn't he? For a big guy.
Coburn out of the timeout inside. Austin Johnson with the miss, but it's tipped up and in.
Rutgers, Dane Miller. From the baseline, nice pass from Coburn to Jonathan Mitchell. How did the Irish win today, Dickie?
Win in his opening campaign after coming over from Robert Morris. And his earlier days for Pitt tonight. Here he is on the run. Another block for Dane Miller.
Here's Scott. Driving, rejected by Poole. Took it right out of his hands, and then Scott gets called for reaching in.
That's just great individual defense. Staying with the very quick and aggressive.
That's a little disheartening for Rutgers, but right back at him on the transition.
That is Dane Miller's game.
the quick attack strike.
Rutgers fans happy with the foul.
Beatty up the floor for Rutgers with 5. Gives it to Mitchell. Three-pointer. Good! We are tied! 76 and a foul! Are you kidding me? Jonathan Mitchell with .8? No way that just happened! And Rutgers has come back from 13 down to upset the 9th-ranked Villanova Wildcats here at the rack, and they are storming the court. Holy cow!
Ball handler. Scott gets deep into the lane, but Poole right there to match that.
I don't think there's anything different than any other university I've been at. This is my 3rd university, all 3 in the Big East Conference, and we all travel relatively the same way. Sometimes commercial flights, sometimes charter flights, sometimes bus rides. I think the biggest difference that I've noticed here is the looseness of the group.
Is this the fatigue factor as Mitchell gets out free? And he finishes with a foul. Ibrahim Thomas with a foul, but a heck of a finish by Jonathan Mitchell.
Time on the shot clock. Coburn will let fly a 3 and nails it. Good start for the Scarlet Knights, and Jim Boeheim wants a timeout.
One of those things, Coleman just exploded out of that pack. But you got to get back on defense here, Gerard.
Poole. He's got 6. Rutgers back up.
4 minutes left here in Piscataway. Coburn drives the floater, rolls in.
A nice friendly roll here at home. Now Coburn's a big, physical, strong guard.
With the penetration and the pitch. Tipped up and in by Mitchell. He was the closest white jersey to it. We actually saw Rutgers use the football blocking dummies as Mitchell lays it up and in. Coming out of the locker room to work on.
Saves it to Beatty. Look ahead. Here's a run out.
Well, there's the athleticism on display. Well, there's
Poole, offensive stick back around and down. Timeout, Pittsburgh.
Well, Beth, we come into this game, we talk about
offensive efficiency. Don't work hard and not get anything out of it. And then be patient on defense because the Irish will run the clock down. Do not
offense. Lumpkins from 3. They need some 3-point shooting. And the break? Not too bad. Baruta with the finish. That was after the turnover.
Inside, just good spacing. Sees the drive. Spaces away as his man goes.
Watch and listen. That's the way I used to like to
Mark Baruta before. He just gets inside position on Jackson. Strong, so he keeps the ball up high, doesn't put it at his feet. And then on the glass, moving those feet, getting over the top. Playing good post.
Oh, and it's great when they're not. You have to have compensating factors.
Oh, there's some of that athleticism.
Dane Miller helping out on that. But so far, the compensating.
3rd block for Miller. Here he is with the ball out top. The spin. High off the window for 2.
How about that shot? Dave Miller's even got a little bit of a limp. I think he hurt himself earlier in the game as we talked about when we went out.
Not than opponents have attempted. That's how these guys get, the penetration. That's how it pays off. But there's Rutgers. Transition defense. Fryer's not getting back, and Johnson makes him pay.
Yes. That has really bought into what Mike Rice has been preaching. Coburn, he's the penetrator of the 2 guards, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, that's well said. Coburn really likes to get inside. Use that
door area. Austin Johnson at the free throw line. Makes the first.
You got to make sure you're solid for the last 2.
There's Beatty. Pulls up for a long 3 and nails it. That could be the final nail in the coffin with under 2 to play.
Well, Beatty had a very quiet game until the last couple of plays.
Coburn the drive. Beatty for 3. He's got it. Great disciplined possession. They get to the back end of the
Numbers for Rutgers. Miller pulls up and hits.
see Jay Wright going to
Aggressive, isn't it? Yep. Beatty came open briefly and got it from 3.
He makes the most.
He's got 10.
Rutgers has really struggled on the offensive end this year. They've been winning games.
Lumpkins with the layup inside off the pretty feed from Miller.
I was going to former New York Prep Mr. Basketball out of Mount Vernon.
Mitchell, another run-out opportunity for Dane Miller. Mike Rice has to love it here at home.
Well, their defense has been terrific all day. Might as well finish it off with some D, turn it into O.
Rutgers running away from the Canes, up by 18. Finally, Frank Haith gets the timeout. There's been so much emphasis about what's down the pike, the recruiting class, the future. Mike Rice has been very emphatic. Hey, I'm not looking past this year. I got some seniors.
Lost it for the moment. Still plenty of time to work with. And from the elbow, a 3 for the outside by Jonathan Mitchell. The 6'7", 225.
Mitchell gets loose on the block, and he hits.
Well, that's a different look for Rutgers posting.
Looking for Beatty, the inbounds passer, steps on the floor and knocks down the 3.
Well, James Beatty is fired up. Getting the crowd.
Into the corner for Dane Miller. Shot clock at 10. Miller, turnaround from 12, gets the roll. Dane Miller's got 8 points.
Beatty, the Crater has really moved out on him defensively after he hit the 3 threes. So Beatty will take it inside and score.
To bother his shots.
And Hazel, who had come in tied with Jerry McNamara for second all-time, has just moved into second place. Only Colin.
The officials did. Tula just 8 out of 18 for the free throw line on the season coming in. Big guy on the outside. How about that? Baruta stepping inside the arc and hitting on the 2.
Locker room that he has guys punch every time they're coming out on the floor. Well, here's a couple of punches thrown by a couple of those upperclassmen. Nice feed ahead right here by Coburn for the terrific feed, and then Dane Miller finishing, and this time dropping off to the senior Jonathan.
Gotta be very strong with it.
Finds Johnson. Johnson reverses it home.
And gorgeous interior pass that time by Mitchell.
Nash brings it up. Dribble handoff, back screen. They'll play out of that. Okay? Go right into it. Flow right into everything. Okay? I don't know how they're going to guard ball screens. They've done a little bit of everything. Flat hedge, quick hedge, hard hedge, everything, including some switches.
Not the consistency of a program like Pitt. You go around the country, you do these games, and people say, you know, the floor.
Coburn.
Tough shots. Give this Rutgers squad credit.
And offense. Dane Miller on the dribble. Jordan Theodore tried to get his hand on it. Can't do it. And the sophomore from upstate New York sees that one fall through.
And they're getting quickly into the front court and into its offense. Good spin move on the baseline by Dane Miller, the sophomore from Rochester, one of the better Big East rookies a season ago.
Now cool. High school teammates, now college teammates. Baruta driving, now fading away and hits.
Beatty for 3. Rebound off Holy's hands. Beatty kept it alive to Mitchell.
And a beautiful pass right there by Beatty. Rutgers sharing.
Up ahead is Mitchell. And Mitchell makes it a 5-point game. Now 14.
Very impressive performance by Mike Rice's ball club in the second half to run away with this one in game 3 and win it by 16.
Well, we talked about
up with 12, Dane Miller 11, but really contributions from everyone that hit the floor offensively, defensively, and on the glass.
9 of those contributed in some way, shape, or form throughout that game.
The players line up to sing the alma mater. This has to be sweet for them at home. They know all about the negativity, as Rob mentioned, the punching bag on the way into the locker room. They'll enjoy punching that bag on the way into their locker room.
Getting some good pressure on the ball. Into the lane, hanging with contact is Beatty. Fouled by Wayans. That'll be his
excuse, as now 3 Orange have hit 3-pointers here in the early going. And that is a long 2 from Robert Lumpkins off the Scarlet Knights bench.
How Mike Rice says it, you know, he's the type of fiery coach that will get in your face, and Berta seems to feed off of that energy.
He has stepped right in. Starter since he arrived here.
Rice wanted to get him in. Fisher picked up the foul, I believe, off the ball. And then just one too many words with the referee.
Defense, though, in this ball game. You held St. John's to 37% shooting. You out-rebounded them 33-27, so there were some very positive.
But not playing much.
Johnson Odom tried to buy contact, no call. And the other way, Mitchell pays it off. 4-point game.
Surprise again that what you're looking at right now, they're going up against the matchup zone. Just bring another ball screen up top.
Johnson spins, banks it up, scores, and count the basket. Great move by Austin Johnson in the post. Friars big men
trying to find the shooter Mitchell. And instead, at the other side, it's Dane Miller for 3.
I'm just surprised. I think Georgetown can match up.
Beatty again into the lane. Beatty continues his big second half.
Well, that's a nice finish by James Beatty. Twice
on senior day before the game, he began his college career on a national championship team in Florida. He'd love to end it on an NIT game at Rutgers. The opening tip is that.
Against them, and when he gets inside, the merry-go-round starts. He can score. He can find shooters.
Missed the month of January, just back for the last 3 games. Baruta working on the inside. One of the top youngsters in the Big East Conference with his first bucket.
These teams need to move up in the standings. Don't want to be in the bottom group.
And when you're talking middle in the Big East Conference, you're talking teams that are knocking on the door of the big dance.
Yep. To Gates forcing it. Turnover. Here comes Beatty. Mitchell again. Blocking foul. Count it. And the foul. The foul is against Kashmir Wright.
Their offense similar to Notre Dame's burn. And the Singe gets him a 3-point shot right here.
That there were 3 double screens. Staggered doubles to start this possession. Nothing came.
Defended by Horn. Foul line, the jumper is good by Poole.
And I like Poole. I like the youngster. Again, playing pickup.
Mitchell a rebound. And hits the jump hook. It's his first hoop of the game after 4 straight 20-point out.
Some extra work with some of the coaching staff. And the 3-ball is good from James Beatty. He'll knock down a couple of those a night.
And it doesn't always seem like it.
Coburn with the nice fake. And he hits.
Good recognition by Coburn there. But a big man step.
Beatty, the tough jumper. And all of a sudden, the offense.
He takes another 3. It won't drop, but Mitchell there for the offensive rebound. Good job getting Pena to go up in the air.
Well, Jonathan Mitchell brought his hard hat tonight. I think Mike Rice has had some talks with him. Listen.
Off the dribble, soft little runner by Dane Miller. That's his second field goal.
Right here. You can't leave them all alone. Someone's got to come to the ball.
Pull-up is good from Poole to momentarily silence the crowd or elicit the boos.
In this one.
Nice little touch by Baruta on the baseline. After a bump, too.
You have to play through defensively in that possession. Good move by the coach.
Miller, the floater, gets the roll.
In conference play, Part of the team that relies on the three to do well when they're not shooting well.
They're up to 50% from three-point range today. A chance for the old-fashioned three. Beatty again.
I tell you what, James Beatty, he shows us more and more every time we watch this Rutgers team play.
Baruta got his hand on it, tipped it to Coburn, the pull-up jumper. It's been a season, Bob, of woulda, coulda, shoulda.
2-11. Free throw line jumper good by Robert Lumpkins, who had 12 and 3. Cool. Too strong for the baseline. That's a tip follow for Baruta. How about that? I think you got
called.
Well, neither of these teams are filled with guys that are going to score at the back. Very dominant with his left hand, but still a very skilled player. Good look here, though.
Baruta takes the bump and scores, and that ends about a 4.5.
Mitchell hits from up close, and a timeout taken here by Rutgers. Back to a 10-point game. Jonathan Mitchell now with 20 points in a ball game. This is the
something happened offensively.
Beatty drills the three in the quick timeout.
To get to the line, then you got to make the defense pay for it.
Coburn the drive. Little floater goes, but
here tonight. Here's Austin Johnson. You see him taking the ball to the basket. Goes up strong, fouled. Rutgers 54-35.
Short because he's short-armed. A lack of confidence right now for Beatty.
Not for Coburn as he knocks down the long two.
Gilbertus Baruta, the rookie, on the Rutgers starting lineup with his.
Late Wednesday night, the Scarlet Knights welcome 9th-ranked Villanova to the rack. With Rutgers trailing by 5 and 7 seconds to play, James Beatty of the Scarlet Knights drills a three-pointer. Now down by 3 in the final seconds, Beatty passes the ball to Jonathan Mitchell, who buries an impossible trifecta and gets fouled. And then the senior calmly hits the free throw for a 1-point RU lead. Nova's last attempt with 0.8 of a second remaining goes nowhere, and Coach Mike Rice and the Scarlet Knights pull off an absolute shocker, 77-76.
But what the end result was he got picked playing from behind. And Gilbert Brown gets beat into the lane. Mitchell with the finish. Tough for a left-hander to do. Get that shot up off the quick jumping, scoring some points, make them play offense against a different defensive look.
Now it's Coburn dialing it up from deep.
Well, looks on paper. The way they answer back.
Beatty takes it all the way to the...
Second highlight reel move tonight by Burrell. One on a pass. Miller with the leaner in the lane gets the roll.
Good job in transition defense by the Golden Eagles. Beatty got it from 3.
Boy, did he want that. You could see it in his face. Come up with the ball. Nice finish by Yaru.
Poole with the response. That's a couple of times the freshman has knocked down a big bucket.
It's hard to fathom. We were at walkthrough today, and they certainly look like they're dialed in what they're trying to do, and yet their execution, that's the problem, isn't it, Beth? From the theory to the practice when you're trying to build a program.
Those are the field goal percentage numbers you were talking about earlier today.
Rebounds. 20 rebounds. Robinson had 14.
Nice spin. Oh, Dane Miller in the second half has really come on at the offensive end, putting the ball on the floor.
Coburn, Mitchell, blocked by the helping fair, but look who's there. Barutas continuing to do great things.
Good hustle at that time, and they get a 3-on-1.
He hits the big 3, and now they're pressing again.
And the ball got tipped on the way in, but there's a putback by Mitchell. I think the officiating crew might.
6, and Chris Wright 3 for 5 today. Coburn gets the bounce.
Made some space. Couldn't hit. Inside, the putback is there for Miller.
Pittsburgh, and that's where this defense comes from. Physical in nature.
Mitchell knocks it down. So a great start for Rutgers.
James Beatty hits for 3.
That was perfect execution. They talked about that.
Score in the post. I saw him score 3 buckets on Big Yancey Gates from Cincinnati, so this guy is effective.
He's got terrific footwork, and that's a 3 on the other end from James Beatty, who shoots almost.
5th on number 5, Robert Lumpkins.
I said Lumpkins had some opportunities. Mike Rice was going to him early and often in this game. Just unable to.
Coming in, both coaches thinking they've got to get one tonight. The roll on the screen from Johnson.
You're right, but they both talked about the top.
Beatty from Coburn.
There's only a few guys out there right now with this Rutgers lineup that you have to defend at 3.
Still without Carlton Scott, who we hope to get back soon. To lay in.
Mitchell takes the 3. Baruta there with the offensive rebound in the putback.
I haven't thought it would be, John. Depends on what he told us before the game. Ahead Miller, look out.
And Dame
out. Look out. Coburn to Miller. Coburn head fake and launches the 3.
Seniors doing it, huh? Little juice in the building for Rutgers.
Baruta on the putback.
Nice play by Baruta. He's this guy.
Quest for 2,000 points for his career. Baruta, nice spin in the paint. Count it. Big freshman heading to the line. So to reset Rutgers right now with Baruta also off the floor. They've
It's out of here.
Baruta. Well, Mello blocked it, but Baruta just kept on going. He'll have a chance for.
In the league, there's some awfully good candidates this year. Baruta, count it.
nice job running the floor here by Baruta.
That's you mentioned.
No doubt about that right here. Watch the soft touch as this ball rims. Hits rim 3 or 4 times. Nice there. Going to the offensive boards right here. Being in the right place at the right time. And then this one drives the lane. Theodore got him on the hand. Jump on the weak side. Look at the right side of your screen. He comes from nowhere. Big hops and finish. That's what they'd like to see. Nice movement by Rutgers. They're trying to pound it inside. Miller gets his chance.
Well, USF at 1-5, very similar to where they were 1 year ago.
Coburn trying to take Hansbrough off the dribble, but he is cut off. Little floater is good by Dane Miller. Pretty good in the open floor, not bad.
Mitchell straight on. Good! It's a 5-point game with 1:47 to go. Stolen away by Dane Miller. Rutgers has got it back. Beatty, corner 3, good! It's a 2-point game, and the rack is up for grabs. Beatty up top, gives it to Mitchell. 3-pointer, good! And a foul! We are tied! Are you kidding me? Jonathan spins it, bends the knees, 1 dribble up, and good! And Rutgers has come back from 13 down to upset the 9th-ranked Villanova Wildcats here at the rack, and they are storming the court.
Baruta gets it back and hits.
Had it knocked away as he left his feet. Miller. Handoff down low, and Austin Johnson with the reverse.
Teams that are up.
Rutgers defense has picked up considerably. Justin Burrell has provided 2 circuits.
Points, 11 boards. Pretty good post move there. Just going to his left. Nice little spin move once you felt it. Beatty off the inbound came open and got it.
He's been the guy from the perimeter, hasn't he?
As this game's worn on, except for Baruta. Made the nice pass there. Pull-up jumper, Mitchell.
Well, you can see this guy's a polished senior. He did use the dribble.
Points for Council. Friars back within 6. Miller, nice move to the paint. After the air ball.
Miller, there's second chance opportunity. 2 more for Rutgers. Guys, by the way, suspended perimeter players. Lawrence at 6'2", Jackson at 6'3", so they have their full complement of big guys available. Both of them suspended today.
Miller completes the steal. Rutgers is pulled within 4.
Now that 1-2-2 press just eating up some clock. Making Rutgers take time to get in there half-court sets. Nice play by Jonathan Mitchell. The guy said, it's got to step up, take this team on his back.
This is 5-on-5. Good example right here. Nice judgment by Dane Miller. He's an excellent passer. Austin Johnson makes the...
That's the best bet for Mike Rice. And this team right now is trying to spread out the Pittsburgh defense.
Miller knocks it down. They're back within 1.
Ball. Come off a screen or get him a post-up. There's the screen.
Mitchell, 3.
Excellent screen. Flared off of it. Read the defense extremely well.
Is an energy guy. He likes to throw his body around. He does it with positioning and angles, and that time Villanova did not put...
Here's freshman Gilvitas Baruta doing damage in the paint.
Well, he's been terrific. He's got 7 points, 3 boards, and all 3 of them are offensive rebounds. Rutgers has just dominated Syracuse inside on the glass. And here's another opportunity here for Baruta. 14-1 in terms of second chance.
Lauren creating shots on his own.
Lumpkin's got a 3.
Best game, huh? 10 for him. Double what he's gotten in any game this year.
Baseline Friars have had a tough time holding on to the basketball.
Great defensive rebound by Pohl because Coleman did have it. He just stayed with it. Great pass. Finished by Gill.
Baruta has 8 points in the half, 10 for the ball game. Miller answers.
Boy, I tell you.
Yeah, it's a design play to get a 4-point play, to be honest. We called it the pick and pop and pray. It was divine intervention, but no, it's just a matter of, I think, kind of being in that situation probably 4 or 5 previous games before that, being in 1-possession games at the end of Big East. Our guys handled it very well. Again, it's a top 10 team. It's the way we did it is bigger. You know, you're on national television highlights for the 48 hours following that game, and I hope to use it as a springboard for more energy and intensity for the rest of the season. And it's certainly the students and the season ticket holder. It's a sold-out game tonight, and it makes it easier selling my program and the direction that I want this program to go into.
Seton Hall gets it back off the turnover. That's going to be turnover number 9.
They have more turnovers in the first half than they did in...
Position to succeed. Mike Poole finding him. Just a little flare screen there. I believe that was Noriega.
Outside Miller, shot clock at 10. Mitchell for 3.
And Mitchell had another little steal right there, and Poole gets the layup. Mitchell hits the 3. Poole back with this.
Not done especially well. Just a 28% three-point shooting.
Coburn the other way. So Rutgers forcing.
West Virginia shooting just 20% from the floor. Mountaineers trail by 5. Let's take a look at our Coburn. Drives into the lane and over Thurman. Tipped up and in by Baruta. That shouldn't happen.
Baruta's going to make the all-rookie team this year.
Field goal percentage shooter, 53%.
Well, he doesn't take bad shots, and he takes the ball in the basket with some toughness. You know, he takes on all coming.
You'll see Marshawn Brooks, the number 2 scorer in the Big East right now, is Baruta. Steps outside.
And boy, would he have loved a night like tonight, as the Rutgers Scarlet Knights are after what would be the biggest regular season win in school history. They have never beaten a top 5 ranked opponent.
Back out there.
Rutgers showing a little pesky 2-3 with a trap in the corner.
And they tied up. Austin Johnson with the active hand. So another Villanova turnover. As the defensive...
No numbers here. Nice kick out.
Beatty looking for 3. Got it. 7-point game.
Well, for secondary.
Up there.
Good luck.
Inside to Coburn, so in essence, that's a 4-point swing. The miss.
Big East Network basketball presented by PNC here in Piscataway, New Jersey.
Look at these. And right now, Buzz Williams doing a good job. There's no center in the game. Beatty heating it up for Rutgers.
Mitchell. Tip by Baruta. Warriors just do not have an answer for Gil Baruta in the paint.
He's really playing well. He's doing it on the defensive end and the offensive end
here. His man doesn't block out. Notice how he has the stiff arm when he tips that.
Little guy at the high post makes the up fake, goes with a left and scores on Jackson. Coburn. He's only 6.
3 straight games of 20 points or better for Mitchell. Baruta in traffic gets it to go over Robinson.
How about Baruta? Is that 11 points already for Gilvitas? This is just good offense here. A little back screen. That's a flex cut. Coburn working inside.
The runs, we started out with a run for South Florida. They were scoreless in the first 6.5 minutes. And
Rutgers 2 against 1. Well done.
Productive score right there. Knocks down the jumper. But watch Poole. He sneaks right in there and gets a little theft.
Obviously, he was a rebounding machine last year, talking about Pope as Poole answers again. So Rutgers will answer back-to-back buckets by Seton Hall. But as far as the offensive repertoire, do you see more out of Pope this year? A little spin. And
thinking it. There's a couple we might have a shot at.
Yep. Going to be home for those games.
Mitchell gets the bounce and the quick.
Former head coach of the Boston Celtics and spent a lot of time in the NBA. Was P.J. Calissimo's assistant for many years at the Hall. And there's Carroll right there. Coach's son. You know what he can do there, Mark. He can knock it down from deep.
Steps in there for the 3.
Coburn launches the deep 3 to try and beat the shot clock. And there's Mitchell with his first bucket. Nice feed from Miller.
Yeah, nice interior pass there. They need in sorority week. See everybody right there pumped up. Haven't been much of a factor. I tell you, we're playing at home. You talk about what help side defense to get those blocks.
Beatty elevates off the window. He has
feeling it.
Been all over it here in the
but not unable.
Beatty, bring it up. That's a 3 and a big one here, and he hasn't shot much in the second half, Bob.
Now Coburn with 12 on the shot clock, looking to create. Beatty lets it fly and drills that one. Rutgers needed that one in a big.
Great feed to Johnson. He's got a career high.
Between on first, second, wasn't even mentioned in the preseason. He's got a chip on his shoulder.
Blocking foul, count it. Austin Carroll gets the basket. The foul will be on Truck Bryant.
Austin Carroll, earlier in the year, did not.
Pushing out, Coburn making a good decision, giving it up, avoiding the offensive foul, and Dane Miller finishing at the rim. Again, Rutgers showing their version of the 2-on-1 fast break.
Pittsburgh has taken advantage of the fouls here in the second half in particular.
Long distance, dial it up. Austin Carroll, that is well beyond NBA range.
That's Jimmer territory.
Mid-season coaching change. The left, it's Mitchell with his second 3 of the night. And
you're going to see Dane Miller go straight down the middle of the floor against the press and finishes in an authoritative manner. This is the insurance you want. The Geico play of the game.
And Crater tried to get a little too cute and thread the needle. 3-on-1, Mitchell, and 1.
Betsy called it. Anthony Crater, who saw it all the way, maybe just trying to get a little too cute.
Nice job by Baruta to hang in there after the turnover and keep hustling and get himself an easy one.
Nice catch inside for the layup, and I think these for Rutgers, turning them over 9 times and holding them to 8 baskets. Baruta, second chance, got it. 13 in the first half. half for the freshman.
And Peruta's been big point of emphasis. Ooh, almost was an elbow for a second.
Wow.
Just extended it out.
There. Rutgers clearly is on the uptick, playing with confidence. 16 points, 10 boards for that guy. Most of it in the second half.
And Mike Rice in his first year will snap the Rutgers 4-game skid against the Pirates. Final Rutgers snapping the 4-game skid. Your thoughts on the game overall?
Mike Rice's defense was there in the first half. Seton Hall's struggling. They're disjointed. When Hazel gets back to his normal self, they will be better.
Over down to Peruta. Can't hit the layup, gets it back. That time he finishes off the glass.
While right here, the good drive. Gets the ball on his hip. Bryant got there a little late, obviously. Austin.
These kids got to be ready to play.
And we'll see about that starting next year. So far, some good signs, though. And there, the nice little floater in the lane.
You know, we got a guy in this building here, Andy Routens.
Yes.
Look inside. James Beatty got his hand on that ball. I believe it was Gilchrist down the lane who was unguarded. Prater saw the unguarded man, wanted to get it to him.
Peruta inside, tough shot.
Peruta will head back to the locker room.
Miller. Yes. You can even see Rutgers has a lot more bounce in their step now. Great feet along the... Miller. Yes. You can even... Miller. Yes. You can...
Miller picks up his dribble. Under 4 minutes to play now. Mitchell, the floater goes.
Nice shake, babe. Nice shake, babe. That's it. That's it. Get after. Get after. Next, let's go. Go, coach.
Bomb Squad, it's just a lot of fun. It's a chance for us to walk on to compete. You know, we go hard. You know, we foul. You know, we dive on the ball. You know, we do everything that try to do to get you know, the team ready for the game coming up.
And an 8 on Rutgers.
Watch how quick this trigger is. Doesn't dip the basketball. Boom. Just lets it go. Splash. Nothing but net.
Program. Lumpkins all alone.
Lumpkin shoots 26% from 3. But you get the scouting report up and going up with it.
Should be getting involved offensively like he did last time.
That guy's involved. And quick timeout now for Buzz Williams. They got to find a way to keep the ball out of Beatty's hands. He's got 21.
How about a block? Villanova.
One of the plays of the year in the Big East with 0.8 of a second left. Right here to win it. Miller in traffic.
That's his range. 8 to 10 feet. Block.
Notre Dame saves, but unfortunately saves the Rutgers. By Rudy.
Now Mitchell. Extra pass to Poole, and he hits. So Rutgers coming alive on the offensive end makes Villanova pay for going for the steal.
If not outside, then in, but he got stripped by Johnson Odom. Back up he goes, and a chance at a three-point play.
Enthusiasm!
Foul number 4 on Crowder.
Squad. Coburn kicks it back out. Lumpkin. Tough shot. Banks it in. And we're tied at 36.
Because they're not going to be trying to blow it up and down the floor here.
And Mitchell, big shots like that.
Beatty off the bounce, drops it off for Mitchell, and on his first touch, he gets the lay-in.
Might not be a bad idea to get back.
Double-digit lead for the Wildcats for the first time tonight. Not for long as Mitchell hits the 2.
A foul and making him take a difficult shot.
Beatty off the bounce for 3.
Well, I can see why they want him to shoot it more.
They're looking for Beatty, but they're switching on Beatty.
Oh my, 2 guys were open underneath. They found one. It was Austin Johnson.
Nice pass by Coburn. Keem Buckles is back, so now they have a power forward. Backdoor!
Great backdoor cut, and Beatty found Coburn.
Here wins on the Division I level. One school.
They know what they're doing.
And there's is another three from Carroll. Not quite as deep as before, but he's put his back.
All Notre Dame shooters, and they're crashing the board as a team.
Three from the corner by 24, Jonathan Mitchell, the team co-captain.
And he has a great recruiting class coming in next year. He's going to have a nice tenure here in this Big East Conference.
Beatty over to Coburn, the extra pass to an open Miller, and he attacks and one.
Well, Miller likes the degree of difficulty. He ran the floor nice. He was stay on your guy.
Mitchell been waiting for that all night. And
Ruckett. Notice the overplay by Missoula. Basket area clean. George.
Shooters in the conference. Hazel tried to go behind the back, and Beatty was there waiting. Mitchell.
Well, that's the way to start for Rutgers. James Beatty always involved whenever this crowd gets into it. James Beatty is a part of the reason why. Nice job in transition there, finding Jonathan Mitchell.
Once again, it's the seniors that set the tone for Rutgers.
Red shirt, so he'll be a first-year player joining those 6 high school seniors. The putback by Poole, and we're even at 31 with a minute to go.
And how about the
coach's son? Outstanding shot preparation at time, and Coburn does a beautiful job of sucking the defense in with that dribble penetration. And when he gets it, he is ready to.
Struggling lately on offense. Tip back up and in, the miss by Miller, and the rebound by Mike Coburn. And
try to extend this game as best they can, and Marquette is going to have to put this one away at the free throw line.
Well, 4 teams in the.
Poole stepping in, got it. They can't stop the clock.
Wide in that first half, just 1 of 4 shooting and 2 points, and there he is with the first touch right from the elbow.
Mitchell. Bingo! Boy, it's funny how shots fall when you're relaxed out on the floor, and Rutgers.
Smith.
Below, Rutgers is trying for the season sweep against Seton Hall as we welcome you back to Rivalry Week, presented by Cisco and Jonathan Mitchell, already with more baskets in the second.
That's right. He only had 2 points, 3 boards in that first half. Just didn't have a lot of opportunities. Took 5 shots, much like it was for Seton Hall in the first half. Rutgers, nice steal there by James Beatty.
Austin Carroll has checked in, a good 3-point shooter. He's got the ball up top for Rutgers. Coburn's game is off the bounce, and he finds Baruta inside, who then headbutts it out of bounds.
As you know, if they're guarding us, they make it really tough for us to score. They're very aggressive.
We want to beat the first team every time we go out and try to compete as much as we can, and we don't take any days off. We don't go lightly on them.
The teams we're playing, we have to kind of adjust how we play based on our opponents.
During the game, they're very helpful because they've gone through the plays for the previous 2 or 3 days. So when the play is occurring, they can, yell it out from the bench.
And that's part of our job, is we know the 7 or 8 plays that the other team will run. So when we see it happening at the beginning of the play, we'll shout out from the bench. We'll call out screen or flare or whatever they're doing.
The first half, he took it into trouble, but this time he delivered and finished with authority under duress.
Last year against about the learning, growth pains, and finding ways to win.
Mitchell able to take his man off the dribble.
Well, you know what they say. Do what you say and say what you do. Mike Rice with all that intensity, just trying to get his team to play with that same intensity. He is always fired up. Yes, this is how he coached at Robert Morris. This is how he'll be at Rutgers. The energy of Mike Rice.
1-4 in the Big East, and we mentioned earlier the fact that in league play they've been giving up 10 more points per game than they were in the non-conference. But tonight, 55 points right now would be. Theodore defending on Beatty. Got the defender in the air and knocks it down.
Genius. Got a great ball game going here. A minute to go in the first half. Oh, what a tough move and shot from Mike Poole.
He's got game. The freshman out of New York, scorer, developer. He's got a real nice pull-up game.
Lumpkins at the line. Knocks down the first.
Numbers. Well, Coburn is right there to clean it up.
Nice pass by Mike. Even
Irish mixing it up, 2-3 zone.
Baruta inside. This is a freshman, folks, number 55. Good looking ones.
Excellent job by Mike Rice and his staff. Great adjustments at halftime. The lid came off the basket. His team played with that fire. And most importantly, James Beatty just went off.
The perimeter won against the front line in our matchup tonight. 20-point performances for Beatty and Mitchell for Mike Kelly.
Just like that, it's a 9-point lead again. Miller. Too much space.
Well, I like that move by Miller. I mean, he's got it.
Two. Colburn gets the roll. The three at the buzzer to close it out for the Scarlet Knights. They have come to the Carrier Dome to take on 20th ranked Syracuse, and they'll take a 44-43 lead into halftime.
Here it is right here, and this is a difficult shot by Colburn. Plays a little beat the clock, and this baby just sits and sits, and the old shooter's bounce, and there he is turning the corner. This is a tough shot. Jardine does a good job contesting it. And this has been an entertaining first half, and the Scarlet Knights making some good adjustments against that zone.
Go over every detail. They don't miss one thing. You know, you missed a box out, a screen, anything. You just get ripped.
We're going to play for
3 NBA World Championship rings. Great to have you with us on Super Bowl Sunday, and this matchup has been most competitive. Mike Poole brings Rutgers.
Rutgers gets the win at home. 85-72 over Providence.
Those seniors almost exclusively down the stretch. As it was time to win, he turned to Mike Colburn and James Beatty and Jonathan Mitchell. That three puts him up. Every time Mike Colburn was able to get into the lane, he looked for Jonathan Mitchell, who hit big shot after big shot. All three guys will have to be as good today. Lumpkins again for three.
How about it? Averaging 3 points a game for this Rutgers squad. He has made the most of his opportunity right now.
3 threes in his first 8 Big East games. He's got 2 in the last 10 minutes for Rutgers.
Basketball is about, as the three won't go for Mitchell, but there's Baruta with the putback. He's one of the league leaders in field goal percentage, and that's a reason why.
He didn't necessarily want to play the center.
Stays at this end because Beatty got it back to Miller.
Oh, no. Look out. That's how you finish.
Beatty got it back to Miller.
Oh, no.
Got it back to Miller.
Oh, no. Look out. That's how you finish.
And turnovers, that's getting close to 3 for 1. Pretty amazing numbers for a freshman.
Well, he plays his role to it.
Playing with 3 guards and 2 small forwards.
Sloppy pass by Pena, but again, Poole there to clean up. I was about to say another failed fast break opportunity.
Here's Mitchell from the corner, and Rutgers with an early 1-point lead.
Since that big outburst he had up at Syracuse with a 28-point night. Mitchell with the finish.
Excellent play by James Beatty.
To dismiss 2 players, Jamel Jackson and Keon Lawrence, in mid-February, as Mitchell gets the basket. Rutgers leads at 4-zip.
Colburn couldn't get it up and over Thurman cleanly. Miller there to clean up.
Now that was a big-time rebound and putback, wasn't it?
Both sides going with 4 perimeter players, and the 2 freshmen going toe-to-toe inside. Another flash high for Poole.
That's the pass we talked about. And other guys taking on lesser roles, and it's worked for him. 6 straight points. That ends here as Colburn gets to the bucket for the layup.
Oh, that's a nice
8. He's got a dozen in 1/2 of play. Oh, Beatty, the floater on the baseline to open the second half. Rutgers by 3.
Beatty with 5 points.
Miller got to let it go. Instead, Baruta underneath, and it worked out. 6-0.
Yeah, Baruta's a guy who plays hard every time he's on the floor.
They're never quite sure who it's going to be. Nice little driving kick. And again, the good spacing by Lumpkins fading away into the corner.
Baseline Mitchell.
Great job by Rutgers right there to get some.
I know a little bit about Gil Baruta. Take a look. He played at St. Benedict's. He is a physical specimen, doesn't mind contact.
Well, in basketball, it's easy. When you see the mismatch, a little guy guarding a big guy, you got to drop the ball down so he can just abuse him in the post.
Gets in the paint, stops, too strong. What a follow by Poole.
Well, again, that's 2 on Mitchell now, guys.
And it's a tough angle, really, to make that call because the middle official, Earl Walton, can't really.
2 at the line. Colburn with the kick out to Carroll and a 3.
Boy, you like that. Love this kid. He missed a month with a knee.
Still a 2-point Mountaineer lead. Down low, Baruta backing in on Kalichla and shoots over him.
Nicely done by Gilvitas. Not much of a factor in the first half.
Closing possessions out with the rebound.
Dane Miller from deep in the corner, right in front of his own bench, the 3.
When you're on the road.
Here in New York City. And good teamwork down low by Rutgers and a 3-point opportunity for Austin Johnson.
What you like about Rutgers early in this game, especially versus the zone, very.
Tino just started going to playing Preston Knowles at the point. That's going to be an offensive foul.
Charge called on Smith, and look who's there. Baruta at the bottom of the pack to take it. Poole wide open at the free throw line. 15-footer's good.
It's a nice.
He now has 9. And he takes this one away. Poole going in all by himself for the slam dunk. Rutgers within 4, under 12 to play.
Let's just all win.
Jumper with about 5 on the shot clock by Poole goes Rutgers.
The shots they want.
Coburn. Leaner off glass.
You got to call that, baby. Off window. Coburn's given Rutgers some good minutes, and Jim Boeheim has seen enough.
Standing. Take a look. Watch that ball move side to side, and they've done a nice job of attacking the inside of that zone.
Well, and this is what Seton Hall will do to you. They'll trap you in spots, so you will have open players. Your passing has got to be solid. Panthers with 2 timeouts and the possession arrow. Miller with the jam, going baseline by Taylor.
Incredible. That was the same play.
Miller with the jam, going. Miller with the jam, going baseline by Taylor.
The rotation finds Mitchell for 3. Nice answer for Rutgers.
They go to Baruta down low, and he's continuing to do work on the low block. Another 3-point chance for him.
You know, there's 2 types of international big guys. And then you got the guys like Baruta. Take a look. This is just pure power inside. Freshman against freshman.
His right-handed looks more comfortable with his left hand.
Miller. Oh, a variety of fakes. He looked like Kevin McHale there with the footwork.
He made up against Mitchell. Here's Baruta trying to find a little opening. Mitchell, a contested 3, knocked it down. That's Jonathan Mitchell. And with that, Mike Rice calls a timeout for Rutgers, who has pulled within 5.
And got out of college coaching for 3 years, and that's how he developed all these East Coast connections, and it's already paying off in recruiting. So this is a family atmosphere being developed at Rutgers right now.
And a technical foul. Mike Rice is incensed, and I think he got another one. We'll have to sort this one out. Intense basketball.
Nice pass.
Baruta inside Lumpkins for the land.
Again, exploiting the high post.
The backcourt to Coburn. Poole will raise and hit a 2.
But off the ball, he's come alive as well offensively with the putback.
by Beatty. Numbers for Rutgers if they hurry. Coburn in transition. Blocked by Theodore, but it ends up in the waiting arms of Mitchell, and now a timeout by Seton Hall.
Opening up a 10-point lead.
And I think right now, if you're Rutgers, nice pass inside. It's now or never. You have to make a run. You have to try to cut into.
High arcing jumper rolls around and drops for Robert Lumpkins.
3 losses in the league for a total of 9 points.
Remember, Notre Dame beat Pittsburgh. Good job by Miller, keeping it alive on the glass, tipping it in. Rutgers back up 4.
Look, gets a step on Beatty. And then the hesitation move, but then he's called for the charge.
Rutgers sacrificing their bodies in the second half. 2 charges.
Carroll for 3. Rattles that one in.
Utilize that.
Down low. Miller gets it in over Jackson.
The NCAA tournament, Diana and Coach Auriemma were brilliant. You might need brilliance from Maya Moore and Gina Auriemma for
on the bench. And contact, it's a blocking foul, so count the basket for Beatty. Jaramapour stepped in there, tried to draw the chalk.
Make them shoot a contested jump shot and get the rebound.
That's Carroll for 3. He's got a great stroke. And the freshman knocks it down. A good spot-up shooter. 2-point game.
Beatty to the basket. Says, I can't hit one from outside. I'll take it in and try to get a 3-point play.
They're hanging tough. I tell you what, can't get a great...
In the game, he's got 16, but the Scarlet Knights still have some work to do.
One of the things Seton Hall did on that possession is they went to a switching man-to-man. They showed the matchup zone. They switched. And what you've got to do, if you don't get great contact between 2 defenders, and you've got to take advantage of that and drive the back.
Mitchell gets it back from his high school teammate, knocks it down.
Well, Eamon, if I was running a clip
on that sideline, his club, they battle.
Mitchell off the window. They need to get him going. He's been very quiet today.
We'll give Syracuse credit. They've done a nice job.
If you're Kevin Willard. About that 3.
Carroll's 3 will start to generate a little noise.
Big free from another defender involved, and make it difficult for a guy that can drive it.
Coburn hits the first 3 of the game for Rutgers.
You can see why the NBA so values guys, and every defense values.
Dennis Kalichla, the right hand, left-handed. Miller, sweetness. That's a nice move.
Here at the Cuse.
Nice look inside. With the offhand, lays it in.
Well, you don't have Jackson in there right now to change shots.
All trailing by 8. Baruta was back out there on that offensive possession, playing with 2 fouls, but now Mike Rice pulls him as Coburn able to hit the short jumper.
Good solid screen by Austin Johnson and good use of the
Mitchell against Abromitis. Couple of shot fakes. And the field goal. Well done.
Ooh, that was big-time offense right there. Good defense.
It's like the great defenders on the floor. If his defense gets scored upon, he's mad. But a good, strong drive. And you've got to be able to make plays, Fran. I think that's maybe the most important thing against this length and athletic. Do you have the kinds of players who can make individual plays?
First points of the...
Baruta from a very athletic family. His dad was a soccer goalie back home. His mom was a competitive cyclist.
Carroll, he's at 8 points. Leaves it off for Baruta, his first basket of the second half.
How about Austin Carroll? Mike Rice going to the bench. Getting some big minutes, some big production.
4:40 remaining. Rutgers down 10. Mitchell for 3.
That's what you have to do. You have to find your best scorer.
As long as they have.
Coburn in trouble. The kick back out to Carroll. Mitchell for 3. Great ball movement. And Rutgers within 5. Not going away.
Jonathan Mitchell is
8-second difference between game and shot clocks. Time.
Wildcats. And you saw that dump down go, but it doesn't matter. Baruta with the strength to throw it down. Jay Wright wants to talk things over.
One and done.
Mitchell going to the basket and puts it home.
Explosive that time, putting it to the deck, taking it to the basket strong. And it's
ran to get Gary McGee isolated. They do it again, and Dane Miller with as good a finish as you're going to see in college basketball. Beats him baseline. Gilbert Brown tried to jump with him. You got to come over and take.
And here's Mitchell with a three-point try, right on the money. And Rutgers back within 4. Robert Morris and Mike Rice. That was Mike Rice's first game also, as the basket is good for Dane Miller, cutting the lead to 6.
That's interesting, but Mike Rice is making his number here. Here you see Beatty coming off the screen and roll. They know Villanova traps on the sideline. So what happens? They fake. They don't take the screen. They slip the screen. Baruta makes a nice catch down low. Not a very good pass. Pena went to attack. Baruta just out-toughed him and then just finished it. Not very pretty, but toughness at its best.
Now on the floor.
Coburn baseline, drops it off for Lumpkins. 1-point Pittsburgh lead. And Rutgers will call its final timeout.
Inside, Austin Johnson with a left. He's got it. Rutgers back within 1.
And Rick Jackson is at the table, and Jim Boeheim's not going to waste any more time. He's getting them back in right now.
In that first half, Mitchell was the hero yesterday in Rutgers' first-round win over Seton Hall. Beatty from the corner gets Rutgers within 3.
Mitchell looking for 3. Got it, top of the key. Timeout Rutgers with 4:55 to go.
It's become a little bit more emphasized this year, a little bit more than it was last season.
Coburn with the runner.
Nice floater by Mike.
3 is way off from Beatty, but an offensive rebound and an easy stop for Jonathan Mitchell to make it a 4-point game.
Now, Dane Miller is their best athlete and a terrific.
Its largest deficit. Mitchell gets free and 1 off the window. And that could be all for Dominic Cheek.
Coached here, and I never noticed it, but you get familiar with the floor, and it helps.
Here's Beatty again for 3. His second triple of the half.
Inside without the shot blocker. Patient, work it, get your one-on-one matchup. And right there, going to work.
Dalton Scott being able to go retrieve his own shot and put it in the basket.
Good answer on the other end by Mike Coburn, the senior.
Played by Edwin, but Baruta kept it alive. Miller falling away in the lane. It's a 2-point game.
His coach told.
Shot clock at 10. Beatty, Mitchell. Mitchell, one-man gang tonight for Rutgers, keeping them alive. He's got 20.
Misses the 3. Dane Miller able to clear for Rutgers. He's got 5 boards. Another 3 by Beatty. It's a 2-point game. It's mostly a St. John's crowd, but you can hear the fans from Jersey coming alive now.
Making sure you can foul them. Decided if you want to spring a trap at all, trying to get the turnover, or just play to put them on the line and make them
hit 2 free throws to keep
His career high tonight with 24 for the Panthers. Gary McGee
and Baruda up off the bench, ready to come in for the Scarlet Knights. Mike Poole buries a 3, and Rutgers is on top by 2.
How about that? A freshman on the road, sticking a big one.
Here's Carroll in the corner. Big 3, Austin Carroll, freshman.
Loves coming back to this gym. He's had so much success as a high schooler and now as a collegiate player with the Wildcats. Beatty knocks it down from the corner. Mike Rice with the top.
Seton Hall, it's the seniors making plays. Mr. Beatty stepping up and making shots. Back-to-back threes. One from the top of the key, one from the deep corner. Mike Rice is fired up, but as he goes to the sideline, he says, focus, guys, focus. We still got a long way to go. There it is. Keep your mind locked in.
Bracketology. 11:30 remaining. Coburn in traffic. Count it. He's got 15. Mike Rice did something.
Way up, cannot score. Now Rutgers in transition with Miller. Miller gets the bounce. We're tied at 39.
Hey, he's playing like Spider-Man right now.
Poole. Lumpkins for 3.
Oh, that's big.
Mitchell into the lane, goes to the left hand and knocks it down.
Here's Mitchell. Boy, he makes such an impact. They need him on the floor. Only played about half of the first.
Mitchell. Miller. And the foul. Rutgers regains the lead. And Dane Miller will have a chance to complete a 3-point play.
Thought this might be the best game of the day. The dunk, no doubt, by Mr. Mitchell. And then the last two, Dane Miller. The adjustment in the air. Jersey boys all over the floor here in Manhattan. On Broadway, in the world's most famous arena, we'll take it either way.
Is every possession, they're unselfish, and then they finish it off. Beatty, though, has the stroke.
Rutgers gets it back. And an and one for Jonathan Mitchell. That's huge.
That's big time. That's just flat out big time. Doing it on the offensive end, but right there doing it on the defensive end.
13 matchup at the Big East Championship.
Today, the screen just brings some trouble.
The extra pass to the corner for Mitchell, who hits a 3. Rutgers back within a point.
Well, this guy.
Baruda inside. This time he's able to finish his first points of the game.
And a 2. Miller comes up with the steal, gets it to Mitchell. And they don't need it. A quick bad 3. That was quick, but it was good. Now a 5-point ball game. Here's another turnover opportunity. Miller goes to the floor for it. Coburn. Beatty from the corner. It's a 2-point ball game with 1:34 left to play. Defense to offense for the Scarlet Knights. An 8-0 run. But just when you
right down the road, Rochester area, Henrietta, and weak side. Mitchell, their senior, misses, but the sophomore, Dane Miller, coming up with it.
use of what Mike Dunlap has been teaching these guys defensively all season long.
And you wonder if he's just complaining about where back-to-back threes. Mr. Beatty in the corner first makes that shot. Mitchell trying to suffocate the rim now of late. Makes that one. He'll have free throws when we come back. The other big three. That gave a one-point advantage. Mr. Rice, he's nice and staying over there on the side.
Bricked that one badly. Long rebound. Contact. No foul called. And it's going to be an easy one on the other end for Coburn.
Picking up where he left off last game. He knocked down 2 threes against Pitt. And
quickly come the Scarlet Knights. It's Miller. Mitchell from the corner. It's a 2.
West Virginia was confused in defensive transition right there.
The shot, but he had the knack for getting back, playing defense, getting the ball back because he wanted to will his way in for that basket and a 3-point play.
5-5. Rebound Evans. Had it blocked. Baruta. Now Coburn in the forecourt. Miller touch pass. Baruta slam. Back to a 6-point game.
Well, you know one thing about Mike Rice.
Here's Coburn on the drive to Mitchell for the lead. Rutgers by 1. And that hits the leg of Robinson, but Pope is there to scoop it up. Seton Hall.
You dream of. Here's your chance right here. Down 1 on the road. Money. 69 apiece. And I think back. Firing.
Harrell spots up. Too strong. Baruta, the tip by Baruta. He and Miller were both there, and it's a 4-point game.
16 on the night for Jordan Theodore. Mitchell flashes high. Turnaround is good.
Baseline. Lumpkins, another 3. The lead is 2, and Mike Rice gets a timeout.
How big has Lumpkins been over the past few games?
Watch cutters to see if they go.
Mitchell stepped into the passing lane. Miller at the other end.
Good juice in the house.
Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Baruta, no doubt, around the rim. And the tip in on the next possession. They are working nice and soft by Mr. Carroll on the rim. Just work for inside position. Baruta or Miller, doesn't matter.
If you're St. John's right now, you don't, Mike Rice, as he reacts, you don't want to put this game on ice. They've had the tendency the last couple possessions to run the clock down to a point where they really couldn't get.
They're off the miss. Coburn gets in, attacks, and then a weak pass on the perimeter and finding on the perimeter. Quick attack, no. Then Mitchell, is it a good shot? Probably not, but it's good when it goes in, and then off the pressure. Nice hands there. Deflection, great play by Miller, great hustle, and then the extra beat, he almost takes it to the rack, but he says, no, I can make a 3.
Coburn and Mitchell and Beatty down the stretch.
Trying to make amends is Coburn after that miss against Providence. He's under 50% at the line in the final 3 minutes of games. Mike Rice is fired up, wants his team to focus here in the final 9 seconds.
The Orange by 4. Mitchell. A little answer there for the Scarlet Knights. You having fun yet?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That started a long time ago.
Oh, my goodness. Joseph. Big time shot.
They know it's coming, and so they'll get into their shooting motion. I don't think here on the college level the players are able to do it. This is the go-ahead 3 by Mitchell. And that is money. He had plenty of time. It was a nice job by Coburn to get into the lane.
And then Theodore.
And Brownlee, and both guys have managed late game situations.
3-point opportunity for Austin Johnson.
Take a look at this. James Beatty kind of looked like Dwayne Gretzky behind the net. He got stuck behind the net, but he's a senior. He found the big fella. The big fella going to work. You're not going home across that bridge just yet, Rutgers.
See if Rutgers can take advantage.
Mitchell open for three.
Wow, what a play. 5-point swing. That ball goes off Hazel's foot. Of all things, an easy breakaway turns into 3 points for Rutgers.
Robinson's had some good moments this year. He can't really go to anybody else.
Beatty rattles it home, and Rutgers has a 2-point lead here in overtime. First basket is
by the Scarlet Knights. Mitchell. Coburn. Miller. That's the way to finish a break.
Down a lane. Dropped it off. Layup missed. Follow good.
Excellent defense down here on the defense end.
Coburn hits an open. Mitchell unable to hit the three, but the tip goes with the left hand. Dane Miller.
Case in point, he didn't get locked into the sun.
He's made back-to-back threes.
Well, his teammates had the confidence to find him in the corner, and this is good defense right there. You can't contest that much better without fouling.
At 43 at Georgetown.
Coburn powers the ball, and he's got 18 points. That equals his season high.
Well, Coburn just... And then they swing it quick. Nice swing by Carroll. And Mitchell nails the jumper. And Mike Rice calling for timeout.
He finds Horn underneath. Oh, what a play by Mitchell to block it. Dane Miller in transition, leaning in, somehow avoided the defender to score.
He attacked the body of the defender. That's what he was.
It's an easy call to make, guys, because you have the foul first on Edwin, and then even it doesn't matter when the whistle blew.
Yeah.
They have the second foul on Baruta because of the new rule this year.
Right.
Any contact above the shoulders with the elbow is going to be adjudicated as a foul.
And so Baruta's gone. It's number 5. So Baruta. Rutgers by 1.
Now Beatty, who's been hot here lately. Mitchell in the paint, pull up, no call, doesn't go down. Miller there for the tip-in.
He just looked at him and said, you gotta fight, and they are fighting with everything they've got left. 3-9, can they stay on the New York side?
Last couple of possessions on the floor being guarded by Horn. Lumpkin for 3. He got it! Will Steve Lavin use a timeout here in the fourth?
He comes right here off a little staggered screen.
Mitchell set the screen.
But you have to switch that or get out or hit or something. You can't give a guy who's just knocked down 2 jumpers a wide open look. That's money in the bank.
Freshman, 5 points here in the late stretches. Beatty looking to answer. Off the glass. 7.2 left. It's a 2-point ball game.
Rutgers has the foul.
Gets fouled by
Their style that's worked for him all season.
Here's Beatty with the floater. Can't bank it in. Baruta is right there. We got a 2-point contest.
And now you start to feel the pressure.
First Big East tournament win for Rutgers.
Looks like a young Fran Fraschilla.
You know, he's a little calmer than when he coached at Robert Morris, you know. But no, first time you coach in the Garden, you got your whole administration right there behind your bench. And it's been a long summer and fall for Rutgers, but it's a nice step forward.
Rutgers is advancing to the second round of the Big East Championship, beating Seton Hall in overtime. A 7-0 run to end the game.
Then through Mitchell.
And Coburn blows by Hardy for the tie, and now a chance for the lead. A foul is called.
Cardinal mistake when there's a ball screen. Drive your man to the ball screen. Don't peek because so long. That happened last night in the Villanova game. Dominique Cheek did not force Anthony Crater to the ball screen.
Down the floor as the third trailer.
Here we go. Beatty gets doubled. Mitchell with 2. And 1!
Over the back foul.
Rutgers leads 77-76.
Pressure on the knee.
Again, Corey Stokes not out there. Bell to inbound. The long baseball throw. The catch. No shot. It's over. Rutgers upsets Villanova 77-76, and the fans are storming the court at the rack.